Okay, boys and girls, so we've made it to North Little Rock. We're approaching Alltech Recycling. I know you probably get tired of seeing footage from Alltech Recycling, but you know, if you're driving for Oakley and you're a new driver, chances are you're probably going to get a load here at some point, or deliver here. So maybe this will help you. It's an easy place to pick up. Manuel, my dispatcher, reminded me again to make sure I'm obeying the stop signs and speed limit here and wearing my PPE. I guess they've been complaining to the office about drivers not doing that. But I know to do that here. So I'm gonna get on the scale. My tarp is already over. I drove from BB, Arkansas with the tarp already rolled off just to let some of that dust dissipate into the atmosphere. So I'm gonna get my hat, my hard hat, and go inside and check in. Remember to go slow on the scale. I mean, I'm telling you, if you go more than 3 miles per hour, it's gonna set off their alarm. It's a tricky scale. I've never seen one so sensitive. My weight on the digital readout over here on the building says about, it's bouncing around 31,300. Let's go check in. All right, well, that took all of 3 minutes. The office lady, she'll give you a piece of paper like this to give to the loader. He has to sign off on it. It just has the date on it, where you're going, and some kind of code that doesn't mean anything to me. All right, so we're gonna creep around the building here. I do have my front trailer axle up in the air, so before I get loaded, I'm gonna have to drop that down. You know, we have a switch when you're in dump and they install your wet kit and all. They put a little box here by the driver's seat. It's got a, you know, your control to lift the trailer and lower the trailer, and it's got a little switch on there where you can lower and raise your trailer axle back there. But mine, it always shorts out. It's got a little 5-amp fuse down there in the wiring, and it always it blows that fuse, so I have to get out and use the switch on the trailer. All right, looks like we're gonna have to wait a little bit here. There's a truck over there getting loaded, and then there's one here in front of me. So there you go. Okay, you can see now the blue truck there just got loaded and U-turned around to head back up to the scale. Now this fella in front of me is gonna U-turn to the left and park there beside the building. Give you a shot of that. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my truck washed after I get loaded here. There's a Truck-O-Mat Iowa 80 truck wash just a couple of miles from here. I'll kind of be going right by it. They give us a pretty good discount. I can get my truck washed there for about 48 bucks, just a truck. about as cheap as you'll find. This looks like a brand new truck over here that's in the loading position. He's got truck, well, I won't say that. Looks like a brand new, what is that, a Mack? Whoa, he's still moving around. I know you can't see it, but there's the loader, fixing to start loading. Usually takes about 5 or 6 scoops. Try to show you some of this. You've seen this before, but there's the truck sitting there getting loaded. He's got a nice deer guard on the front. Looks like a brand new truck. All right, more later. Okay, there goes the second truck out of the loading position. He had a decal on his truck, said 7-year driver for Oakley. So he probably just got a new truck. I'm gonna let this, I think the blue truck that was getting loaded a minute ago, he's either coming back to get some more, or he's scaled out and coming around to exit. I don't know. Anyway, he's behind me. I'll show you this so you'll know where the loading position is. Let them know I'm crossing here. Yeah, it looks like he's tarped and ready to go. All right, let's get loaded. All right, I'm only going to show you a little bit of this, but the loader is getting the product from down there, which is kind of unusual. I'll show you a dump. Here he comes right here. He's moving pretty fast today. He's put one in the back already. This is the second load. All right, that's how it works. All right, guys, so I just coming off the scale, checked out, got my paperwork. Got loaded the first time and scaled out at about 77, a little over 77,000. So went around and asked him for about 2,000 more. And my final weight was 79,400. Gave me net product weight of 48,040 pounds. So it's a good load. So now I'm just going to roll my tarp over and then I'm going to get the truck washed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday morning. It's about 7:15. There's a dead coyote, look like. Anyway, we're just down the road from Most Incorporated here in Jackson, Tennessee. Been here a lot, come here a lot. Can't really film inside the property though. They don't like cameras, so can't do a whole lot here. But I've got this load of Twitch I picked up yesterday at Alltech Recycling in North Little Rock. Got an 8 a.m. delivery appointment. Not sure when they start. I don't know if 8's the earliest or if they start before that. But, you know, they take this Twitch, which is aluminum, scrap metal, and melt it down. And right here to the right is part of a Toyota facility. You know, they melt this Twitch down and make engine blocks out of it, what I'm told. So there goes an Oakley pulling in. So obviously they start before 8. So I'm gonna pull over here. They've got signs here to the right with a phone number and the CB channel. You got to call in and give them your delivery appointment number. and then he'll let you know when he's ready for you to pull in. So let me check in. All right, guys, it's about 8:15, so they're running a little behind schedule today. But it just called me in to get on the scale. As you can see, it started kind of misty raining. I'd already rolled my tarp off earlier, so once it started to misty rain, I hopped back out there and rolled my tarp on. And then a few minutes later, the scale guy came over the radio and told all of the end dumps that were waiting to get in to not to untarp yet. So tells you they don't want the product getting wet at all. So the way this works is we'll weigh in here. He'll holler that he's got your weight, and then we'll pull over and go into the office there where got the green awning. Give him our paperwork. And I've talked to Manuel about 10 minutes ago. He's got me going to Memphis to pick up a load of alloys that goes to Sinton, Texas next week. I'll talk about that some more in a minute. Okay, folks, we're about to turn into the Fullen Dock Warehouse here in Memphis, Tennessee. I've picked up here once before. We're going to be turning left here where this green truck is about to come out. Picking up ferrous manganese, I think the work order said. An alloy. It's like little rocks that are very heavy. So it'll kind of be a small load, volume-wise, but heavy. We'll be getting loaded over here to the left. This is their facility here, you see, by this fence and all this warehouse stuff up here. At least that's where I got loaded last time. So I think the way this works is they've got a lot up here on the right. We're going to pull over, kind of radio in, call in, and get permission to approach the scale, is what I remember. The scale, I can see it over here. It's just to my left, over beside this yellow or goldish warehouse. So I'm going to pull over here and read this big sign they have. And then the turn in is there, the main gate. It says all trucks park or trucks check in channel 30 or call this phone number. Steel coil trucks call another number. So let me see if I can check in. Okay, well, she answered immediately, asked me for my pickup number and my truck number, where I was going. So that just took a minute. That was a lot quicker than the first time I picked up here. Had to wait a bit first time I was here for some reason. So there's another truck that just got on the scale. So we'll be getting on after him. I have not removed my tarp because it's been kind of on and off, misty, raining. I'm just going to wait till I get back to the loading area. But here's the scale, and you can see that driver there walking up to the scale office. All right, so I'll try to get checked in here. All right, getting off the scale. That took 3 or 4 minutes. She has you fill out a couple of sheets of paper. And it sounds like I'm going to be loading in the same place I picked up the first time I was here. not too far, so I'll go ahead and show you. I think the speed limit around here is 10. It's a busy place, a lot of trucks in and out. Like I said, this load delivers Monday or Tuesday, depending on when I want to leave. It's about a 14 or so hour drive from North Little Rock to Sinton, Texas. This will be my home load. You know, I'll leave here and get home, you know, early afternoon here on a Friday. So I'll probably plan on leaving out midday Sunday. Try to get 4 or 5, 6, maybe 6 hours down the road and get it delivered Monday afternoon. That would be ideal, since I am going to get home at a reasonable time on Friday. All right, there's no other trucks back here. I haven't taken my tarp off, so as I remember, once I get lined up over here in the right place, I'll roll my tarp off. I left it on because the instructions in the order said to, you know, did not want to load wet here. So I'll roll my tarp off. Looks like the sprinkling rain has stopped for now. And I think I've got to take out like the middle area bows. Seems like that's what I had to do the last time. Because this stuff is real heavy. When he drops it in there, you know, it's heavy. It could damage your bows. All right, so it looks like this is kind of where the traffic has been sitting. So it's 10:35 according to my clock, so it shouldn't be that we've caught anybody on lunch or anything like that. All right. Don't see a loader, but I think the loaders just kind of bounce around from warehouse to warehouse, you know, depending on the loading requirements. So he may be somewhere else right now, but he'll be coming over here shortly. Anyway, let me get into position and await loading. All right, guys, so there's my loader, and the product is in there. They have a secondary person come over. He's just took a picture of inside the trailer. He's leaving there on a little front end loader. But they use 2 people so that they don't make a mistake and get the wrong product. Just kind of a, you know, backup system. And he said that I didn't have to take my bows out. It's just up to me. So I've already done it anyway. Hang on. All right. So the other guy had asked me to back up a few feet. I actually was parked there to begin with, and then I had moved up just to get on leveler ground. Should have stayed where I was. But anyway, he said moving the bows was up to me, up to the driver. But it's such a heavy product, I decided to go ahead and move it. It's a noisy load. So he might do all this in one scoop, I don't remember. Woo, let me get out of this dust. Let me get out of here. Oh man, that was dusty. So yeah, it looks like he's getting another scoop. But let's take a look at this real quick before he comes back. See, it's gonna be a fairly small pile. So after he dumps this one in there, I'm pretty sure that'll be it. I'll climb in and put my bows up, roll my tarp over, go back out to the scale. But that's how it works. Just giving you a look at things. I got plenty of room around here. So, anyway, that's it. All right. Yeah, he put two loads in there. Didn't take long, so his paperwork says 23 tons. I told him I could, you know, I could take 23 and a half, but I am real low on fuel, so I didn't want to get too adventurous. So I've still got my tarp off, my bows, because I don't want to move my bows and put my tarp back just yet, in case I need to come back and get some more. There goes his assistant. He was telling me that some other loader here doing a different product has loaded 3 or 4 trucks already, like 2 or 3 tons heavy. So they were a little bit puzzled about that. And evidently those, like this white truck that's over here, you might have seen as I turned around there, is one of them that's heavy, and they're gonna have to back into this warehouse and dump. But somehow, that's the way I understood it, but I think that's a hopper bottom, so yeah, that's a different problem. Woo, that stuff sure was dusty though, golly. Okay, so we're heading back to the scale. You can probably see it now up here to the left. Hopefully I don't have to go back and get any more, because the loader has already gone on to some other project. They have a lot of warehouse space around here, that's for sure. So there's no other trucks waiting to hop on the scale, so I'm going to go ahead and get on there and go take this paperwork. You know, the scale lady gave me this paperwork on a clipboard, which I gave the loader, and he had to sign off on it, take a picture of it, I thought. But I'll have to give it back to her. We'll see if we can get checked out of here. They don't have a display up so I can see my weight. I'll just have to go see what she says. Okay, well, I got plenty of room for fuel. They ended up giving me just a hair over 23 tons. So I guess that's just what they try to do, because I told the guy I could take 23 and a half. Didn't want to go over 24 tons. And they got me just over 23 tons, which is what the paperwork said. But even the lady in the scale house, I was like, well, that's kind of light. She said, what'd you ask the loader for? I said, 23 and a half. She goes, well, you got 23.1. I'm like, yeah, that's close enough. So I'm just pulling over here, gonna hop in and put my bows in, roll my tarp over, and head back to North Little Rock. Let's take a quick look at the load before I get it covered up. All right, that's the whole load. Going all the way to Simpson, Texas. Ferrous Manganese. Okay, folks. So I'm arriving here at the Oakley, North Little Rock yard. Gonna finish up this week. Much better than last weekend. You know, last weekend I didn't get home till about 1:30 on Saturday afternoon. Kind of a short weekend break. But now it's about 10 after 2 on Friday. Much better. So I've got this load I picked up in Memphis. Delivers in Sinton, Texas. And I'm gonna leave out Sunday afternoon. Because at this point, GPS says I'm 11 hours from Sinton, Texas. So Sunday afternoon, I'm going to try to get, you know, maybe about three hours down the road, give or take, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Which means I'll be able to deliver it Monday afternoon. And I'll go ahead and mention this. You know, when you pick up a load on Friday and you deliver it Monday, if you get your paperwork sent in by like 5 p.m. Monday, it'll go on the next paycheck. So this trip, if all goes well and I get it delivered Monday afternoon, this trip will go on this week's pay settlement, which I'll get next Friday. So that's all good. That'll make for a good week. Alright, so just to give you a feel for things, we got the Arkansas River over to the left. You know, we got a lot of fertilizer loading and warehousing here. We got the truck wash just over here to the right. The shops over to the right. I know you can't see it. There's some trucks, some hopper bottoms here doing something here to the left. And the driver's lounge is over here to the right where that flag is waving. In the distance there, beyond those parked trucks, is the main office. So what I'm going to do is just back up here in this line of trucks you see straight ahead. My Jeep is parked over there in that line of vehicles to the right. I'll get my stuff out of here and go home, try to have a decent weekend. Weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Today's been kind of cool, cloudy, and windy. I'll tell you, man, I had some wind this week. When I was up there in Nebraska, picking up that load of crystal, man, that was some wind. Tough wind. Cost me some time too, because they had to back me into a warehouse for loading. Alright, there's my Jeep. So I'm going to back in right here. Anyway, that's a wrap for the week. We'll see you next week heading to Sinton, Texas.